Welcome back to PERK'S reCAP podcast. It is time to preview Week 16 of the NFL. It is winding down. We are ramping up for the playoffs. And one of these weeks, we'll actually figure out what the heck's going on in this league.
Yeah, I think they would have to extend this season to week 37 for us to get a chance to do that.
Yeah, because I still don't know.
Yeah, right there with you, my man.
All right. Al, if you want to take the lead here and let's go over Week 16 and give some game predictions and power rankings, and let's get to all of it.
All right. Well, as any hardcore fan of the NFL knows, the Thursday night games can be a bit of a mixed bag. Every now and then more than every now and then you get a stinker hung on you. Not this week, gentlemen. Holy moly. We got Rams at Seahawks Thursday night. Craig, take it away.
Well, the Rams took care of business at home in a tight game. I've gone back and forth on this, but the Rams, we failed to mention the fact that Devontae Adams might not make this game. Is there any report on his health? His hamstring?
No, I mean, he's been questionable the last few weeks, right?
He might have been, but he got hurt in this game. He left the game last week or a few days ago.
Rams are still hope injured Adams can play in Seattle. Nothing definitive.
All right. They're a little banged up, I would say. If he doesn't, I'm not going to caveat it. And Seattle did not score a touchdown against the Colts, and they were home for that game too. I wrote down the Rams, and then I crossed them off and put Seattle, and now I'm thinking I might cross it off again. No, I'm going to stay with Seattle. I have Seattle 25-21. I don't feel good about it. The Rams are still my number one team, but if the Rams took care of business at home and it was close, I imagine Seattle has a chance to do the same, and it'll be close. And they're the home team in this one, but I would not in any way, shape, or form be surprised if Rams win this game. But I'm going to go Seattle 25-21. Joe, also Seattle 27-21.
Okay, Brandon.
Yeah, this is a divisional game and a Thursday game, and both of those things usually mean that it could be a weird result. But I'm going with the Rams. I think that the Seahawks do rebound a bit from the Kirk Cousins game there. Or not, sorry, Kirk Cousins. Phillip Rivers. Sorry, I got my old guys mixed up. I'm going with Rams 34-28.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I really I was planning on taking the Seahawks in this game before I watched that Seahawks-Colts game. And I feel a little better about the Rams than I do the Seahawks right now, even though the home thing almost made me pick the Seahawks. I did a cross out or three like Craig did, and I landed on the Rams 33-28. Tough one to pick. Nothing will surprise me here except the extreme blowout in either direction.
And I can't wait to watch it.
I'm glad it's the only game on and we get to focus on it 100%. That's so cool.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Moving on, we got the weird Saturday thing kicking in now, which is kind of fun. And my Eagles at the Washington Commanders at 5:00 on Saturday. Brandon?
Once again, another division game. Commanders kind of play the Eagles tough usually, and this is the first game they're playing this season, I believe. They also play the last game of the season, I think.
Yep.
So I'm going the Eagles 28-20. I'm saying it's going to be a closer game than some people might think.
Okay.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Craig?
I am, rather than making it all that close, I'm thinking it'll be more of a low-scoring game. Now, I want to see Philadelphia. Washington's defense isn't very good either, so they might be able to run it up on them as well, and, like the Raiders. But I'm thinking they might go back to struggling a little bit on offense. Again, division game, they know each other well, even though they haven't played yet this year. So I'm going the Eagles, obviously, because Washington, they're just awful. But I'm going a lower scoring game, 19-6. I don't think Washington gets off the mat, really.
Right on. And Joe?
Oh, I'm sorry. And Joe has the Eagles 27-21. Kind of like Brandon, same, closer game than people might think, but still Eagles. And I'm sure you're going with Eagles as well, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is, the no matter how bad the struggles have gotten this year, they'd have to be a lot worse for me not to pick them against the Commanders. So I will take them, especially at home. I'll take them 24-16, same exact point spread as Brandon had on him. I think he had eight point spread as well. Nothing would really surprise me too much in this game. It wouldn't shock me beyond belief if the Eagles lost this game the way they've played the last 2 months. So, but I will be a lot less surprised if they win. And I wouldn't be stunned if they put a real hurting on them. But because of the past and in the division tightness and the way these two teams generally play, I'll keep it semi-close, 24-16 Birds.
Okay.
All right. And in another game, I'm glad that is the only one on when it's on. That is the Saturday night at 8:00 game, the Packers against the Bears rematch from just a couple weeks ago, where the Green Bay beat Chicago at home. Now Chicago gets Green Bay at home. Craig, what do you say?
Man, I want to pick Chicago. And I know Green Bay, we got to see what they look like without Micah Parsons. But I really like what's been going on in Green Bay up until last week. And even last week, they still played, they were okay. Jordan Love, while sometimes inconsistent, he's been pretty good the last month or so. He's been really good, actually. Man, I really want to pick Chicago, but I have Green Bay. And again, it's another one where I would not be surprised one bit if they lost this game. But I'm going to Green Bay 20-17 in a close one. And Joe also has Green Bay 27-20.
Okay, Brandon, love it.
All right. I'm going to say that I feel like the Michael Parsons injury is pretty big. Bears have been running the ball really well. I'm going with the Bears, 24-21.
All right. I love it. I love it. Yeah, to me, the second Micah Parsons went out, I was picking the Bears. That changes everything for me for the Packers for the rest of the season. That is huge. You remember what would happen to the Cowboys sometimes when Micah was out, and he's a game changer on defense, and that's huge. So it can't be overstated. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm picking Chicago, and I'm picking them the same score the Packers beat the Bears at home 2 weeks ago. I'm picking the Bears 28-21. Reversal of fortunes.
Nice. I like that. I like the thinking there.
A little synchronicity or whatever. All right. Moving on to Sunday at 1. And right off the bat, fascinating game. We got the Chargers at Craig's Cowboys. Craig, take it first.
Well, Dallas, with the playoff hopes, I mean, they're done, let's face it. And especially assuming Philly beats Washington the day before, they'll officially be done.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, and they're one of these teams that is kind of like got a defeatist mentality in terms of, I don't know if that's really the right word, but like once they're out, I think like they have no more soul left. Like they're shells and just kind of playing it out. So I don't think they're going to be able to muster much against the Chargers. I mean, I think they'll score some points because their offense is still that good, but I don't think the defense is going to play well at all. I have the Chargers once again over 30 points in Dallas because that's what you do. 35-27 Chargers. Joe has 34-24 Chargers.
Okay, Brandon.
All right, I'm making it even closer than that. I think the Chargers win, but I think it's a close game. We've kind of said in the past the Chargers have been winning these games, but they haven't really been that impressive. So I'm going Chargers 27-26.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Cowboys actually cover.
Nice. Yeah. I love it. That's funny because I'm kind of similar to Brandon. Listen, the Chargers have not been awesome the last couple weeks even in their wins. I mean, they squeaked it out against the worst offensive performance I've ever seen from the Eagles in all my years of watching football, and they squeaked it out in overtime. And they haven't been awesome. So they barely beat a Phillip Rivers led Colts team. Wasn't that them, right? I'm not making that up, right?
No. They played Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Who the heck did they play last week? Why am I blanking?
The Chargers.
Oh, the Chiefs. It was the Chiefs. That's right.
Right.
In the one of the ugliest games of the week. That's what I was thinking. They didn't look awesome. Okay. But then Dallas, you laid it out perfectly, Craig. I mean, their season could be over by the time this game kicks off, which I didn't even consider when I did the pick, but I'm going to stick with it. I still think it makes sense. I'm going Chargers 31-28 in a not quite as close as Brandon, but pretty close.
I'll tell you what, if Philly somehow loses to Washington, Dallas might win this game.
I wouldn't argue that.
I'm not going to pick it, but they might win the game.
I thought maybe we were getting a last-second caveat. All right.
If the Eagles lose, that's my caveat.
Yeah, that would be a first, and that's kind of actually a cool thought, you know?
You know what? Screw it. Make that the caveat.
Love it.
I'm going to do it.
All right.
If the Eagles lose Dallas, when we do these caveats, we don't change the score. Dallas 35-27 if Eagles lose.
Love it. That's awesome. All right. Moving on. Another NFC East divisional game, and Brandon takes this one first for sure. That is the Vikings at the Giants.
Vikings at the Giants. Sorry, I was trying to find my notes on this. Yeah, once again, two bad teams. I'm going to say Minnesota wins this just on the strength of their running game, and JJ McCarthy's been playing a little bit better recently. I'll say Minnesota 26-20.
All right, Craig.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I had the same winning score, 26-17 Minnesota. They're just playing a little bit better. That's it. That's all there is to it. The Giants are, to be honest, I would not be surprised if they're, tanking, but not, obviously not saying it, but kind of like a wink, wink, kind of they want that number one pick because they know they're going to get a haul for it. So I think that Minnesota is going to win this one 26-17, as I said. Joe does not agree with us. Joe thinks the Giants are going to win 24-23. And similar to last year when they beat the Colts at the end of the year, ruined their number one pick chances.
Don't remind me. Always. Giants always win a game towards the end of the season to ruin their draft pick.
That really would be perfect. Oh man. Well, I love it. Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings. They've been a lot better lately, and that's really my only reasoning. I don't like that they have to go on the road to do it. It wouldn't surprise me if the Giants win, but the Vikings are clearly a better team this year, and with JJ McCarthy actually playing well the last couple games, that really elevates them because the rest of the team had been playing decent before. So. I'm taking the Vikings, and I'm taking them 28-24. Nothing would surprise me, though, in this one.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on. Speaking of a game in which nothing would surprise me, and we have a new starting quarterback for one of these teams, that is the Bengals at the Dolphins, and Quinn Ewers taking over for Tua.
Bengals, Dolphins. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. I gotta assume, even with Miami at home, that rookie quarterback who was wasn't he like a 7th round draft pick, if I'm correct?
It was late. I'll find it while you're talking.
I think he was in the 7th round. I don't think a 7th round draft pick, even with the Bengals not playing well, is going to go into coming to the NFL in his first start and beat Joe Burrow. And even though Cincinnati's just playing out the string and Burrow looks a little frustrated, I gotta believe he's gonna have a good game. Just a bounce back game, and but I do think it could be kind of on the closer side than you might think. I'm going 28-20 Bengals. Joe is going 34-20 Bengals, so he has a much bigger score than me. Well, one more score than I do. But yeah, 28-20 for me.
Okay, real quick, Brandon. Quinn Ewers was a 7th-round pick, like you said, Greg. So now take it away, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it even closer than that. I'm probably giving Quinn Ewers just a little bit too much credit there. But I've got Bengals 27-23. Bengals defense is just terrible.
That's true. If anybody could score, if this rookie quarterback could score against anybody, it's the Bengals.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better game to start a rookie against. You really couldn't, our team. So a lot of what you guys made sense to me. This is a weird game. The Bengals looked awesome the first 2 weeks Burrow was back, and then they looked terrible last week. I mean, absolutely horrendous against far from a world-beating team. So I don't know what to make of the Bengals. I don't like the Dolphins either with Quinn Ewers back there. I didn't like them much with Tua there. They were playing better, but that went out the window, and Tua went right on out. So talk about teams that are now thinking about quarterbacks in the draft. I mean, is this the end of Tua?
Yeah.
Well, yes. Yeah, you think so?
I do.
Yeah, I think it could be for sure.
What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, I think so as well. I'd be at this point kind of surprised if he comes back and is a starter. No questions.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys. I think he survived the injuries only to play his way out of the starter position. So fascinating turn of events because it looked like all that mattered for him was health a couple years ago.
Here's a question: does he get another starting job somewhere else?
I think he might get a chance to compete. I think he's like a Daniel Jones sort of thing because he proved a lot more than Daniel Jones ever did in this league so far, and Daniel Jones got an opportunity. So I think for sure he'll get an opportunity to compete somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe, as we were saying before, maybe New Orleans, maybe, one of those situations, or maybe even a team that doesn't have a quarterback
The
that brings
Jets.
him in. Jets, yeah, one of those
Yeah,
teams.
Jets, Raiders,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, where he can start for like maybe the whole year with a rookie behind him, or at least the first half or something.
Yeah, that's the kind of spot. I don't think if I was Tua, I wouldn't go to New Orleans because it would be under the presumption that they want Shuck to be the guy. I'd rather, if I was Tua, I'd be looking for somewhere where at least I can get wedge my way in while a rookie's, marinating.
Yeah. I think if he went to New Orleans, I think it's more that they give him we'll let you compete for the starting job, but really it's not a competition. Chuck's just going to be the starter and he's going to be the backup. So.
Yeah, and then his only hope is Shuck regressing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing to throw out there. That's fascinating game. So, all that being said, I'm taking Cincinnati in this game, and I'm taking them. Now, I didn't realize, I forgot that T. Higgins was going to miss that game last week, and I wouldn't have changed my pick, but it matters clearly. And he's on track to be back, but nothing definite yet. So, I'm taking Cincinnati 38-28. But I think that score's a lot lower if T. Higgins isn't in.
Right.
All right, moving on. This is just a what in the hell do you do with these two teams game, and crazily enough, it's for a division lead, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. What in the world? Brandon, take it away.
Yeah, these are two inconsistent, reeling teams. Oh man, this is a tough one to predict. I'm going to go Panthers 23-20. Being home, I'm going to say we get the Bryce Young that plays a little bit better than he has other weeks. So I'm going to go with the Panthers. Bucks have just been reeling, and I just don't have any faith in them right now.
Fair enough. Craig?
Yeah, this was a tough one for that exact reason. I think Tampa Bay, when they're playing well, is a better team. But Carolina's at home and Tampa Bay is reeling. But, man, I had Carolina written down, and then I crossed them off and put Tampa. I'm going to stick with that, but I don't feel good about it. I'm going Tampa 24-20. How about this? You know we don't do this beforehand, but Joe, 24-20 as well.
No way. Tampa?
Yeah, same exact score. And Brandon, yours is 23-20, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
That's great. Yeah, well, I can't join that party, unfortunately, but I'm not that far off. I'm taking Tampa as well. Don't love it. Wouldn't be surprised if Carolina wins in the slightest. I just think Tampa having all the people that came back over the last few weeks, maybe they start to gel and get back to their early season form just a little bit here. I don't know. That's probably might be asking too much, but it doesn't take that much to beat the Panthers. So let's see. And maybe they're the awesome Panthers that blanked the Falcons 30-0 at home, 2 months ago. So I can't figure these two teams out.
No.
But I'm going to take Tampa, and I'm going to take them 26-24. But Carolina's my upset pick.
How about this, Al? My upset pick is also Carolina.
No way. I love it.
Yeah.
And not to confuse you, Brandon, this is the upset of the team that could win that we didn't pick.
Right. But you didn't pick. Yep.
But we call that the upset pick, even though we also try to get some upsets during our actual picks. Don't confuse the two.
Nope. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
That's right. All right. Moving on, we have the Jets traveling to the resurgent New Orleans Saints with Tyler Big Dog Shuck. And that's not his real nickname. I'm just giving it to him. Jets at Saints. Craig.
Real quick, I've got to ask you guys something, and we got to move along on this one, I know. But did you hear about Drake May's nickname?
No.
No.
His nickname is Drake May.
What?
He is Drake May.
What in the world?
Yeah, I need some backstory on that.
I don't know what it is, but that's like, it's like, the first name, the nickname, and then the last name. So that's why it's Drake May.
Well, now that's new, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but my kid told me about it, and he said it is an actual, no doubt it is a thing, and that is his nickname, his whole name is his nickname.
Okay, check this out. So Drake May's most popular and currently trending nickname is Drake May, just like Craig said. A meta. Listen to this 21st century garbage. And it's funny. I mean, it just cracks me up. A meta self-referential name that fans use to emphasize he's the guy and distinct from other QBs, though his coach calls him Drake. And other potential names like the Conductor, Draco, and Mayday have also been suggested. Oh, that's hilarious.
So it is out there, right? Drake May.
You nailed it. I mean, that is hilarious, dude. That's so funny. I hadn't heard it. That's awesome. Good stuff.
Because I know your love of nicknames.
Yes, you know me, Craig, and that just made my night.
Okay, back to the actual game. Like you said, resurgent New Orleans Saints at home against a bad team. They're going to win this one. I have it 22-13 Saints.
Right on.
Joe has it 23-13. Wow. I didn't even catch that one that we're that close.
Very nice. Brandon?
I'm pretty close. I've got Saints 21-12.
Oh my goodness.
Dang. Well, once again, I'm the
ugly
guy not at the close score party. I have the Saints winning huge, 30-14.
Nice.
Nice, yep.
Tyler Shuck party.
Yeah, the only thing the Saints are bummed about is that this season isn't longer because they could catch the Buccaneers and the Panthers if this season had 3 or 4 more games to it.
Yeah, because they're starting to pull it together.
Yeah, they got the longest win streak in the division at 2. Oh, I love it. All right. Now, The Buffalo Bills are heading to Cleveland. Brandon, what do you think of this one?
I think this is a game that the Bills will not have to come back from. I'm going Bills big, 33-10. I think that Browns offense will get one touchdown, but that's it.
Right on, Craig.
Bills 28-10. Yeah, this is not good. Even though it's on the road, it won't matter, if it's cold or if it's snowing because Buffalo's used to that. So I don't see any reason to think Cleveland can pull this one off. Buffalo, I've been saying they've got to kick it in a high gear. They've got to really start to focus in here, and they've been doing it the last couple weeks. So I think they're going to just steamroll them. It might be something more like 28-0, and then Cleveland gets 10 garbage points at the end or something like that. Buffalo 30-18 for Joe. Brandon, I'm sorry, what was your score?
33-10.
33-10. Okay. Take it
All
away.
right. Yeah, so I have Buffalo big as well, 27-13 Bills. It'll be interesting to see if Myles Garrett can get the record against Josh Allen, because Josh isn't easy to bring down. So we'll see.
Or
Might
maybe
take him.
tie it. Maybe tie it.
Yeah. He could tie it. He could go sackless this week and have to come up with it in one of the last 2 weeks. It wouldn't stun me. Josh is one of the harder guys to bring down, even if you get to him. So, yeah, but Buffalo wins big. Shador might have a decent bounce back game this week because the Bills defense is not awesome. So he's got a chance to have put up some better numbers this week in what I still think is a big loss, even if he does play a little better.
Yep.
All right. Moving on, we have now. This guy's one of my favorite backups in the league. Not the best, but one of my favorites.
I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
He certainly has one of the better mustaches at given times. I don't know if he's rocking it right now or not. I didn't see under the helmet when he came in last week. But Gardner Minshew-led Chiefs heading to the Tennessee Titans. And we all swore off the Chiefs, but they are playing the Titans this week. Where are we going, boys? Craig first.
They still are better than Tennessee. I still think they're better than Tennessee. I think this is going to be ugly as sin. This is going to be, I got 15-11. I want an ugly score. I want an ugly score for an ugly game. That's what this is going to be, an ugly game.
That's awesome.
And I wish it was in Kansas City because it'd be easier to pick. Joe has 20-17 Kansas City as well. But Joe's upset pick is Tennessee.
Well, that's a great one. That's a great one. I love it. Brandon?
I'm right there with Joe on both counts. Tennessee is my upset pick, but the Chiefs are winning this 21-18.
Love it. How about that? I love that. Well, Craig and I had our upset pick as the same thing, right, Craig? We both had Carolina?
Yeah.
Well, we both picked super ugly scores, and mine was really close to yours. I'm taking the Chiefs 15-13.
Oh my goodness. How about this? Brandon and Joe pick Tennessee as their upsets. In the scores, Joe had 20-17 and Brandon had 21-18.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
1 point off from each.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. All right, guys. Moving on to the 4 o'clockers. And you know what? Let's start with, there are 2 pretty interesting games. Let's start with the stinkers. Let's go Atlanta at Arizona in I didn't know what in the world to do with this game. Craig?
How many has Arizona lost in a row?
Oh, man, I want to say it's at least 6, but let me make sure.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's exactly 6, yeah.
Yeah. They're at home against a team that can, at times, look functional, look okay. Cousins actually settling in now, it seems, and is playing a lot better. So I'm going to go Atlanta. On the road, I don't feel great about it. But I would not be surprised if Arizona just loses out from here on out. They're not good. So I'm going 24-20 Atlanta. And Joe is going 31-23 Atlanta.
Okay. Brandon?
Yeah, I'm going to go 27-17 Atlanta. I feel like you. I don't feel great about it, but I also don't. I think if Atlanta wins, it's not really going to be that close.
What was your
So
score?
it's
27-20?
27-17.
27-17. Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah. Wow. I thought we are going to be 4-for-4 with Atlanta here. I'm taking the Falcons. Listen, I mean, it would be nice to see Jacoby Brissett finally win a game after just going hog wild at quarterback during this whole losing streak. I mean, it's a fascinating thing. He's had put up some of the best stats at quarterback over anybody that's not like one of the biggest names in the league over the last 3 months, and has won 1 out of 8 games, 1 out of 9, I should say. So it's just crazy at this point. And Cousins played one of the best games of his career last week, and that's absolutely bonkers after the way he looked the first couple. So I'm going to take Atlanta, making it close, 23-19. I don't know what else to say about that one.
Yeah, that's not anything of any real consequence. Atlanta's not going to win the division or anything, right? They're not in any
No.
They stink. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they have not been mathematically eliminated, but I think we're all.
Oh, I thought they were. Okay.
No, because they're 5-9, and the Bucs and Panthers are 7-7. So
got it.
they could all be 7 they could theoretically go 8-9, and the other two could end up 7-10. So, crazy division, man. Don't you wish you rooted for a team in that division that was half decent?
Good Lord.
All right, moving on. The Texans get a gift this week, the gift that was wrapped for the Eagles last week. The Raiders go to Houston. Brandon, take it away.
Yeah, Texans are favored by 14.5. I'm saying they still cover that easily. I got Texans 26-3.
Nice. That's very similar to the score you picked against the Raiders against the Eagles last week, and you were close.
Well, how about this? I have Houston as well, 30-3.
Oh.
Vegas is not going to be able to get off the mat against that defense.
I love it.
I almost put 30-0.
That's awesome.
Because their defense is playing so well right now. And Joe gave Vegas a few more points, but still Houston 30-17.
Okay. Well, I'm in between you two and Joe. I'm going Houston 30-12. And those 12 points are going to come some weird way, not because of any offensive awesomeness on the Raiders' part.
Yeah, like a safety and some weird stuff. Okay.
I can see that.
Does anybody quick off the book thing real fast here? Do either of you guys think Pete Carroll returns for another season?
No.
Yeah, I can't see it. Even if they want him back, I don't think he'd want to come back at this point.
He's going to give us the John Cena smile and tap out.
Perfect. That's awesome. He's
had enough.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys. It's a shame the way it worked out because I like Pete, but I can't see it either, especially the way they're coming down the stretch here. All right, moving on to the real bangers at 4:00. First one, we have two teams wildly up and down. This should be a very entertaining game. Pittsburgh at Detroit. Craig, take it away.
Well, you know how I feel about Pittsburgh. I think they just somehow figure out ways to do things, but you can't figure them out actually week to week. And I know Aaron Rodgers is playing well, but Detroit's season is on the line now. To be honest, they're probably not going to make it. They're behind Green Bay, and we were talking about them kind of hanging on. They're now the 7th seed and could possibly miss the playoffs, and they're behind them. Detroit absolutely needs this game, even more than Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh and Baltimore are pretty much neck and neck. So I'm going, and they're at home. So I'm going Detroit, and I think they're a better team. I'm going Detroit 27-17. Joe's going 24-17. Detroit for both of us.
Okay. Brandon.
Yeah, I'm going to even more. I feel like if Pittsburgh is going to fulfill their destiny as a near 500 team, as they usually are, I feel like the Lions are going to take this one pretty convincingly. I got 28-14.
Right on. Right on. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm nobody's stepping up to take Pittsburgh this week. I'm not going to be that guy either. I'm taking Detroit 34-28. Yeah, I wouldn't be stunned if Pittsburgh wins because that's what they do is mystify me. So far be far be it for me to be surprised if they go against what I pick them in one of their games. But Detroit, man, I just have a hard time accepting that they are only an 8-6 team. When they look good, they look so good. But they are 8-6, and so is Pittsburgh. But I'm still taking Detroit, and I'm taking them 34-28.
Okay.
All right. Now, moving on to another really fun game, and I can't wait to see where the picks land on this one. Jacksonville at Denver. Brandon, take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Denver kind of exerts their dominance here. Jacksonville's been playing really well. I'm going to say Denver takes this one 28-17.
Love it. Love it. Craig?
Yeah, I have it a lot closer. I have 20-18 Denver. But I think their defense is going to be the reason why they can win this game. Because as you mentioned in the first one, Trevor Lawrence, while winning and this week was awesome, has not really been that great this year. He's just, and then the team has been a little bit up and down, although playing well now. Denver's though won, 11 in a row.
Yeah.
And they're at home. And Jacksonville, even though they're playing well in a good position, I still don't put them on that upper echelon and where I put Denver. So I think Denver's the number one seed in the AFC for a reason. That's my long-winded way of saying 20-18 Denver.
Right on, man. Right on. And did you say Joe yet?
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. 28-24 Denver.
Okay. All right. Yeah, listen, we're going to be unanimous on Denver here. I would love to have seen what the picks would have been if this game was in Jacksonville, because I think I personally would have still picked Denver.
I would have picked Denver. I don't know if I can make it much closer than I already have it, but maybe by 1 point or something. But yeah, I still probably would have won Denver.
Brandon?
Yeah, I had some distance, so obviously I think Denver would have still taken it. My score would have probably been a little bit closer, but I'd still have Denver.
Right on. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm picking Denver, and I'm taking it close because Denver has won 9 games this year by 4 points or less.
Yes.
It's a great point.
Which is an astonishing stat and bodes well for playoff football for that team, by the way, in my mind. So I'm taking Denver 31-28. I don't know why I went so high score. Seems a little crazy, but I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right, guys. That's the 4 o'clockers. Now we have a nice one Sunday night, a real nice one. I can't wait to see where the picks land on this one. This is a really interesting one of the harder ones to pick all week for me. New England at Baltimore Ravens. What do you got? Craig?
No confidence whatsoever in this pick. Because they play so up and down, and they've been up and down recently. And I'm talking about the Ravens here. New England, while losing last week, they still have been playing well. They did not get, they didn't embarrass themselves last week. They were up 21-0. So, I mean, a lot of ways it kind of points to New England winning because they're just a better team. But I don't know if they're a better team if Baltimore's hitting on all cylinders, and maybe for once they do. And I'm going Baltimore 19-16, and I don't feel good about it at all.
Right on.
I figure a low-scoring game would be the way for them to win.
Makes sense to me.
Joe is going the other way. He's got New England 27-24.
Okay. Brandon?
Yeah, you kind of hit on something, Craig, that to me is factoring into my pick. I don't. I feel like New England, even in a losing effort, played well last week. To be up that many points to a team like Buffalo, even though they didn't really play that well over the last quarter and a half of that game or so. Um, Lamar just hasn't really looked completely like Lamar to me. And even though they won 24-0, I don't think that team, as weird as it is, played that well. So I'm going Patriots 33-27.
Okay. Okay. Love it. Yeah, this was a really tough one. I don't like anything about picking this game. I'm going to enjoy watching it much more than I enjoyed picking it. This game really is a test of mettle for the Patriots. They have been discounted by a lot of people, myself included, until the last couple of weeks because of their schedule. And then when a lot of people got on board, they went up 21 points to one of the best teams in the league and lost the game. So this is huge for them. If they lose two in a row, especially the way they lost to the Bills, even though I still think it was a good game overall for them in some sense, but they were still up 21-0 and lost. So this is huge for them. And I'm taking them. I'm taking the Patriots 26-23. But I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore wins. I wouldn't be surprised about much of anything in this game. This one will cost me some hair. All right, guys. And then the last game of the week. And by the way, talking about this game, did you guys see that Anthony Richardson is off the IR, but they're not even thinking about playing him?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fascinating. And talk about a guy whose future in this league is wildly uncertain. I can't wait to see what happens with Anthony Richardson moving forward. But in the meantime, we're talking 49ers at Colts. Brandon, take it away.
All right. As described previously, the Niners, I feel like, are the team that nobody's really talking about. And
Right?
if Phil Rivers is still going to be the Colts quarterback, I'm going to say that this is the game that he kind of gets exposed just a little bit. I've got Niners 28-16.
Makes sense to me. Craig?
Yeah, you can't go with Rivers here, even at home. I have it even bigger. I have it 34-17. You can't. I think the Colts are going to lose out at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to argue.
Yeah.
Joe, agree?
Oh yeah, Joe agrees. 30-21.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking San Fran. I'm taking it close. I'm not quite sure why. I'm taking it 23-20 Niners. Only, I guess, because the Colts just hung in there and lost by 2 points to a team who I think is significantly better than the 49ers. So I guess that's why. But not good enough that I would even consider picking them to win. So I'm taking the Niners 23-20. Boom.
Okay. All right. Let's That's awesome. We finished all the picks, and let's just move right into the power rankings so we can keep this podcast in a nice timely fashion.
Perfect.
And let's go. I'll start it off with my number 5. New to the power rankings, and I don't think anybody has ranked them in this power rankings yet this year. And I'm putting Houston as my number 5 team.
Oh, love it. That's a good one.
Joe's number 5 team is still New England. He still has them in there. He dropped them, obviously. But number 5 is New England for Joe. They were number 2 for him last week.
Okay. Brandon, you want to go next?
Yeah, I have Houston as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Love it. Yeah, my number 5 is the same as Joe. New England. They dropped from number 3 for me.
All right. For me, number 4, also new to the list, wasn't in my list last week, and that's Buffalo. I like the win was great coming back, and they seem to be more focused and getting ready here. They're ramping up. So I got Buffalo number 4, and Joe also has Buffalo number 4.
Okay. Brandon, go right ahead.
Yeah, so I've got, even after that putrid win, I've got Seattle number 4.
Yeah, I'm right there with Brandon. I had them. Where did I have them last week? I had them at 4, and I kept them at 4.
Okay. All right, number 3 for me is Seattle. Even though they won, I dropped them from 2 to 3 because I just did not like the way they won. But, we'll see. It all comes down to Darnold and what happens in the playoffs. But their defense is good. They're playing well overall, even with last week notwithstanding. So Seattle is my number 3, and Joe's number 3 is also Seattle. By the way, I'm looking at this now for the first time. Me and Joe had the top 4 all the same.
No
You
kidding.
guys have been copying up each other's notes for sure.
No.
You guys have the same SAT scores.
Right.
I love it. So, okay. So wait, what are we at? We're at number 3?
Number 3.
Okay. Brandon, did you go yet? I don't want to jump the gun.
No, I've got Buffalo number 3. I think that they're surging right now, and I had them 2 last week, but I just didn't really love the way that they were down so big, and then I think the top 2 teams are kind of crystallized to me.
Right on. That makes sense. Now, are we copying off each other's work, Brandon? Because I have Buffalo at 3, and did you have the Patriots at 5 and Seattle at 4?
I didn't. I had the Patriots just outside the top 5, so I did not.
Okay, right. Okay, I wasn't sure. All right, cool. So we are not copying.
Pretty sure.
I'm going to jump the gun here and say I think we all have the same top 2.
Yes, but probably different order.
Yes, different order probably.
Okay, well, me and Joe both have Denver number 2.
Right on. I have the Rams.
I had Denver as well.
And that means me, Joe, and Brandon all have the Rams number 1.
Yes.
And Al has Denver number 1.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, hard to top 11 wins in a row.
That'd be an interesting Super Bowl. Denver and the Rams.
That would be.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good game.
Honorable mentions for me that I considered was Chicago, Jacksonville, New England, the Chargers even, and even Green Bay, but I landed where I landed, but I just want to mention some of the teams I was thinking about anyway. Oh, and the Niners and San Francisco was also considered.
The only one you didn't mention, Craig, that I considered was Chicago.
Oh, I said Chicago, I thought.
Oh, I didn't
think
catch
you
it.
did. Yeah, I'd say my next 3 was New England, Jacksonville, and probably Chicago.
Cool. All right, we are done. Just at the nick of time.
Boom, nailed it.
Got it.
All right, guys. Well, that was fun as always. Do you guys have anything more to add for this week until we convene again next week?
Not on my end. That was fun as usual. I love it. I am 3 games back in the picks with 2 weeks left. I can't wait, or 3 weeks left, I should say. I can't wait to see where it lands, man. This is it's amazing how close we are after all this time, and it's fun welcoming Brandon into the fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me again. Another week. Always have a blast. And excited to see how the season wraps up.
Yeah, it is really coming down to it now. And maybe we'll start to get some separation for some of these teams. And maybe we can have a little bit of an idea going into the playoffs, but chances are probably not.
Yeah, right. I'm with you.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, that's going to do it. Thank you everybody for listening. We had a nice audience last week. Hopefully we can build on that, and definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. And until next time.